In this game review, I will mainly focus on the first half of the game. I know that you want me to review the middle game. I hope my advice would help to understand my opinion of this game. So this is the first thing I want to point out. I think black block is not very favorable for me. I will not play the block. I will not play this move for 3 reasons. Firstly, I think this exchange is a loss. If white could not exchange, in the future, black may play the attach and peep. After the 3-3, if white connect, then black could play the Hane, gain the territories, and also gain some eye shape. If white play the extension, then there would be a very complicated fight. This is a middle game Tetsuji. Normally, in the opening stage, the fight may not be very favorable for black, but is still very complicated. And even if black do not play this, apart from the Hane and connect, it's also possible to play the Hane and Tiger Mouth. Because after the Tiger Mouth, black has more eye shape, and there is still a clam or a peep at the corner, and also there would be an attach. So if I'm black, I will consider to play other move besides playing the exchange of the extend and the block. This is the first thing. I think this exchange do not gain for black. After black played this move, black could not connect. So I don't like this move. For example, if the shape is like this, then I will play the block. Because after the block, I could connect through the attach. I have the Tetsuji of attach. However, in the real game, I could not connect. So this move is simply cutting off the white stone. And that's why I don't like it. This is the first reason. The exchange is not beneficial to black. And the second reason is that after you blocked the opponent, your opponent is the one who could decide to play at point A or point B to escape first. That means if black has more stones here, then the divide trying to attack the 2 white stones become more sensible. However, at this moment, white could escape easily. And the divide do not bring black's territories. Yet, this move may bring black's more territories. I may choose to play maybe this or this or this in the future. They are kind of Miai. So, if I am the black stones, I could choose which direction I would like to play in the future. For example, if black has some more stones here in the future, black want to develop the Moyo on the right hand side. Black may play the attack from this side, forcing the whites to escape. Then, this exchange may help black to expand the Moyo. This is just an example, but I want to explain that the divide and the escape is kind of a Miai. So maybe it's not the best to play this exchange at the beginning, as you lost the possibilities to choose. And here is the third reason. The third reason is that connect is simply not a big move. If white play the connect, this is not a big move. This move do not have a lot of territories, only a few points. And this move only helped to connect these 2 white stones. When you connect 2 group of stones, if these 2 group of stones are both weak and they connected together, it will be very valuable. But in this case, the corner is very solid. These 2 stones are not solid, but not in danger. Connecting them may not be that valuable, especially at the beginning of the game. So, as white would not play the cornet, why the black need to divide? The logic is like that. So here is the 3 reasons why, if I'm the black stones, I would not play the block. First one, I think the exchange is not beneficial for black. Secondly, I think black could reserve some possibilities to play in other directions. And thirdly, white's cornet is not valuable, so black do not need to divide. And here is the last thing I would like to talk about in this variation. I think although this variation is very common and is totally not problematic, usually it's more easy to play as white, as white's territories at the corner is quite big, and it's not easy for black to attack the white stones. After all, it's white started to fight, so it's not that easy for black to attack the white. What black could do is to regain the territories on the bottom left, and it's not an easy job. So it's usually easier to finish the Joseph key, like point A, point B, or point C. It's actually easier to play this kind of variations, but it's a matter of choice. Or if white play the kick, it's really possible to just tenuki. It's possible. The kick and pincer is quite effective. And I sometimes would like to prevent my opponents to play this variation. I usually do not like my opponent to play this variation, although I know this is a fair variation for both sides. Okay, let's continue. Then the next problematic move is this one. This is a very minor mistake, but this inaccuracy would not be found in high dan games. If you want to become a high dan, this is the detail you need to care about. The point is that this simply gives opponents more core threat. Firstly, it gives opponents one more core threat. Apart from this one, these do not give opponents more core threats. And secondly, if you play this, and if you could not answer the core threat, and you need to finish the core. That means, for example, when white play here, you could not play here, and you need to play the core, then the opponent would play here. You can find that this move become a waste, become a loss to black stones. It's much better for black to place a stone here. Then when the opponents try to find a core threat, maybe this one, the loss is very limited. So it's very easy to explain that why playing here is better than this one is about core, and in most of the cases it would not affect the game result. But high dan players would not make this kind of mistake, so bear in mind. And let's continue. And here, white played this is a bit overplayed, because after black could divide the white, it's a hard fight for white. But when white played the hane, you know, white is focusing to the cut here. That means if black tenuki, then white may try to cut here, and if black capture, then white may play the capture. If black connects, white may play this one, and this become a capturing race. That is quite complicated. So black played the tiger move to protect the defect here. However, if you want to protect the defect, you want to protect it in the most efficient way. The band is much more efficient. Firstly, it protected the defect, even if white played this move. The defect is protected because even if white try to cut, black capture, black could play the hane. There is some move at the corner. White may start a core like this one. White may start a core like this. But usually, in this shape, this core is not a big problem to black stones. especially when you find this variation, it usually happens in the first half of the game. In the first half of the game, the core is just not big. Because this is a double core, that means white need to win 2 times in order to capture black. But the core is also quite important for white, because if black win the core, whole white group is very, very weak. So, usually after the bend, the corner is protected. And if white to play like this, black could very confidently playing the Hanet. White could only retreat, otherwise there is a double Atari. After white retreat, black play the tiger move. It's perfect for black. So this move is totally a bad move because this move is doing nothing. The better approach would be extend a retreat here. However, comparing to the real game, this cut is much stronger. White hit, black escape. When white escape, black could play the Atari. And then you could find that the ladder is good for black. The ladder is good for black. And as the ladder is good for black, after black cuts, white will be captured. And even if the ladder is not good, black could simply escape. There is an obvious defect for white. White need to protect the defect by playing one move. Still, black obviously become more active than the real game. So, black 1 is a move not only protecting the defect, but also on the same time create defect for white stones. Then this move will become much more effective. When you protect your defect, try to think a bit. Could you play more efficiently by threatening your opponent on the same time protecting the defect? That's what you could think about. In the real game, you play this and white extend, then you play the cut. If you check the AI, you know the push and cut is a deduct of point. I think the problem here is that if these two group, weak group, when you cut off opponent's stones, you are using a move. You are using a move to cut off opponent's stone. So there would be 3 scenarios. The first one is that if both of the opponent's group are weak, then cutting it should be a good move because you could gain by attacking both groups. Scenario 2, only one of the group is weak. Then the cut may be good, may be bad. It depends. It's not very guaranteed. And lastly, scenario 3, both of the white group is drawn. Then the cut would be a bad move because it's wasting of time. Here in this case, it depends on experience and your combating skills, but I think it may be kind of scenario 3. As is white turn now, white escape, gain a base, and gain some territories. After this move, black no longer be able to attack these 2 white stones. Yet, could black attack this group? After black extend, you can see the gate or the door. I don't know what is the best word to describe this. The gate here is very wide opened. White could escape by many choices. A, B, C, D. They are all possible choices for white to escape, and there are no way for black to block the white. Then the 2 black stones is also do not have a base. So a cut here may not be that reasonable, as black could not find the possible gain for this fight.